On second down, Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott flushed out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. On second down now, it's Elliott. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Check 52. Joker.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Wentz now to throw. Being chased out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And Forbath will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker, too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 36-yard line.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To throw, it's Wentz. Got a man. He finds Sanders.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Buying time to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Eagles coming up here on a third and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal.
Hey, kill. Hey, kill.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On third down, it's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz, flush to his right. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
64,
On play action, Wentz. And a coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That's it, baby. Number 53, Mike 53.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Prescott from the gun, eluding the pressure right.
Keep it up, guys.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Prescott forced out to his left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Prescott dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Let's go, baby. Slam, slam, slam.
Running with Howard. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They go with Howard to begin the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here's Sanders, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, they run with Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wentz to throw. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend a day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. bruised. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me, naturally I chose it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Grenade! Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Wide, get wide.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run it with Carson.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On second down, Lynch. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Marshawn as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, Ravens nothing. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 60 yards. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Shaquille Griffin on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. Look at the spin.
Balance.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Switch. Hey, Mike's 50. Here we go, D. Here I come again. It's free. Switch.
They go play action with Jackson, being chased out left. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
This is where his eyes told him everything he needed to know. As a linebacker, when you're sitting at the 2nd level and you can see everything in front of you, that play just developed right in front of him, and he got there in a hurry and made a really nice play.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take a shot. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Seth Roberts, 38 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 3rd and short, it's Brosize. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Brosize. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. On first down, Brosize. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Play action. It's Wilson rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson. He's got Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Wilson going to hand it to Brosize. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. On first down, again, they go Brosize. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Switch it. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 19-yard line.
A 2nd down carry for Brosize. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Wilson turns and gives to Brosize. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Seattle.
First down, the run with Lynch. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11, eluding the pressure right. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And thankfully, the offense able to recover, but the extra point attempt foiled. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play call,
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Out of the gun, here's Procise.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Escaping the pressure right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is taken in by Hurst. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Jackson flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 26-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play action here on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jadeveon Clowney, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on second and long. Jackson flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a second and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Returnable for Thomas. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
On the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Steps away and a big loss here as he's taken down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 37. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson, forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. The shotgun handoff to Procise. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. This is Procise on the carry. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Dancing to his left. He hits his running back, Procise. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Wilson being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Ingram. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll run here with Ingram. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. And this is caught by C.J. Procise. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 59 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about it.
They've got his man, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 73 yards. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah,
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.